trade is now going into like $500 into profits. 4 years of losses. Scalping can't break me.
Of wanting to be like highly profitable. So when I'm getting on a low profitability level, I am thinking that I'm doing mistakes, I'm fucking something up, and it needs fixing so I can get back to the high profitability level. You understand what I mean?
Brother, we've talked about it before, and we've talked about this certain aspect that I will say right now. And I've told you that normally when traders go through a month where they win a lot, the next month usually they lose. So usually when a trader goes, for example, let's say through a 20% month, the next month is usually -6, -7, -8%. Yes, even a profitable trader can pass through this, and overall, as you see, I said +20, then -7, then he'll be profitable overall through the year. However, usually this happens. What you had is you had an almost 10% month, and then right now you have a 1.5 or 2% month, and you're like, oh, this is bad. Every month I want to be as profitable as the month before.
Yeah.
However,
Yes.
you don't
It's not real,
understand when you think like that, you don't understand the reality of trading. And as I said, I understand because you haven't traded before. I am your first mentor, and you came to me, I gave you a strategy, and you directly became profitable. So you're looking at the market as, oh, I need to be highly profitable because my first month I made that, and now you're obviously more advanced, you understand more things. So you think, since I'm progressing and I'm understanding more things, then I need to make more money. But the reality is, this is not true, because you're using the same system that you received in the first month. You're not getting smarter in the market, let's say. Yes, you're not doing some mistakes that you used to do. For example, you're not calculating, you still did it a few days ago, however, you're not calculating lot size in a wrong way, you're not like fat fingering like the first month. Those mistakes you are avoiding. However, you're not getting smarter in trading. And also, this is a wrong concept that people think that as long as I trade, I will become smarter and I will become more profitable. No, you create a system, you follow that system. You might figure out some things about the market that you then go back test and see if you want to include in your strategy or not. However, it doesn't mean that as long as you trade, you make more profits. Yes, you will be able to avoid some mistakes. However, following a system will lead to the same results unless you optimize that system. And as long as you're not optimizing it, you're still in your place. And your place right now is a profitability, which is a very good place. And you're not being like, oh, I'm profitable, I'm let's say grateful for my life right now, I'm making money in my trading accounts, I'm being a profitable trader, soon enough I'll even make more, I'll have more capital to make more money. And you're not thinking this way. All you're thinking is, the first month I reached 10%, I want to break the Guinness record and like reach 100% maybe a month. I don't know what your thoughts are. However, you want to like go like through always advancing, like 10% the first month. Okay, now I'm smarter, then I can make 15. Now I'm smarter, then I can make 20. Now I'm smarter, then I can make 25. However, the reality is, this is not how trading works. This is not how business works, not just trading. When you open a business, there's some good months. There's months where clients hit me left and right and straight and from the back, and I'm receiving clients everywhere I look. I open the bathroom door and there's a client inside and he wants to talk to me. Like, there's clients everywhere, and then there's a month where there is no clients. Does it mean that I lost my charm of talking to investors? No. It just means that it just happens.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, as long as you have a standard, which is sticking to a system, like you have a minimum, you will always be profitable, you will be good. If I don't receive any clients this month, I still have a standard, a minimum, the way that I behave, and I know the way that I behave is a successful way. So next month I'll receive clients, I don't care, I'll wait. And it's the same with the trading thing. First month, you made 8 to 10%, now you're making 1.5 to 2, for example, and then the next month, like, you can make big money or you can be break even. However, you need to think it in a way, I need to maintain a minimum standard of success, and success will come. It doesn't have to come every month. Big wins might come like 1 month, and then the next month, it doesn't mean that you're now more stupid than the last month. It just means that this is how business works. There's months where it's very good, there's months where it's okay. As long as you maintain a minimum of profitability, you're okay. Now, this is the thing. As I said, I wanted to talk to you about your trading performance first because I knew exactly, as I saw your account, I said he should be having right now a mental breakdown. Like in my head, I was like, Metin is having a mental breakdown right now. And seriously, brother, you're the only one that I call after I see like a set of losses, because I know in my head, I know you enough to say he's having a mental breakdown right now, and I need to step in and try to help him. And
Yeah.
the this is the first reason, and the second reason is to actually talk technically about the things that you're doing that you might be doing wrong. I didn't see all. I saw one of them that I wanted to comment about, which is the NZD trade. And then we'll go in front of you. I'll do it like I'll improvise. Look at your trading history and go through all trades and
Yeah.
see what you did wrong and what you did right and all that stuff. We'll talk about it. However, my first thing that I wanted to do is to call you and tell you that it's all right, it's okay. You don't know the gift that you have because you didn't trade before. So you don't know the reality of the trading industry. There's people who are trading for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and they're still losing. And you step in as a beginner trader and you're profitable. I traded for
Yeah.
4 years and I stayed losing. What would you say to if you were in my place? 4 years of losses. What would you have done? Right now, you're like sad because instead of winning 10%, you won 2%. However, imagine losing for 4 years. So, as I said, the thing is, and when I say you don't understand that gift, I don't mean to say it in a way, oh, listen, look what I did to you. You're so lucky I'm here. I don't
No, I
mean,
understand, brother. I
yeah.
understand. And even if you would have said that, you are right. So it's fine.
Thank you,
It's
thank you,
fine either
brother.
way. I understand what you are trying to bring across, and it's true. Like I know that this is the reality because you told me so many times. Like people are struggling and they have to learn by themselves and find the profitable strategy. And even I see on your public Discord, like people are struggling. They want, like some of them, they would really love to ask you, like, please tell us your strategy so we can finally be having a system, knowing when to entry, knowing when to exit, knowing when to do this and that. So I kind of know it, but it's just a theoretical knowledge. Like in the practical thinking, it's exactly as you said. I looked at the account, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? What happened wrong? Oh my God, why? And I had to bring my son to his football and I thought like, oh my God, I'm going to come back. I'm going to look at it. What the fuck did I do wrong? How can I be so stupid? Like this was the first thoughts that are going in my head. And the only sole reason is, yes, you are right. I never went through this other way. So I don't know. For me, like theoretically, I know it, but the practical side for me is like, hey, I start trading and I'm profitable. That's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's like
it's you
normal.
know it
And as soon
logically.
as I'm like less profitable, I see it as a loss.
Yeah, you know it logically, however, you don't know it in your heart. Like, you haven't felt
Yeah,
it
yeah,
before.
exactly.
You're feeling it for the
Exactly.
first time. However, you know logically that you shouldn't be in this, like, situation, in this emotional situation, I mean. However, you feel it. You can't, like, just get rid of it. But what I'm telling
Yeah.
you from a professional standpoint, and I hope this helps, that traders pass through more shit than this. Like you winning 10% and then the next month being 2%. Like if people saw you like you're sad about it, they would laugh at you. They would start saying like,
Mm.
what's so bad? He made 10%, then 2%, and the world is ending. Well, why the fuck is he sad? And then they
Mm.
call you and you're like, well, I'm breathing.
Yeah.
And I look at you and I say, man, yeah, you're profitable. And you're like,
Mm.
well, I'm breathing. But no, you're all right. You started from nothing, and now you're making inside the trading industry. So you're all right. You're good. So let's go through to the technical stuff. This is the first like mindset, emotional stuff that I wanted to tell you, and then let's go through to the technical stuff. Analyze a few trades that you have taken recently and lost. Let me just pick up my phone here. Go through
Yeah. And
MetaTrader.
it definitely helps. Like if you talk to me about these psychological things, about your experience, about what professionalism means and how the trading world is. So even if you feel like at one point maybe you're repeating it 5 times and you say like, oh my God, I told this guy 4 times, but actually every time it helps. At least I have the feeling, and with the past things we talked about, like it helps more.
Yeah,
The more
brother.
I hear it from
As I
you.
told you, like trading is 30% strategy, and it's
Yeah.
70% mindset. And you have seen it. Like my strategy, I have given it to you in like 2 sessions. In two
Yeah.
sessions, I was like, "This is my strategy. We're done." But we're still talking. And then people would
Yeah.
be like, "But you gave him your strategy. Why are you still talking to him?" And I'm like, "Because trading is more than just strategy. Yes, I gave him something that works, but now I need to like not in a a child meaning, but I need to like hold his hand and guide him through like how to
Yeah.
actually do it, because it's different. Like giving you a profitable strategy is different from me just being like, this 2 hours, you have my strategy, go ahead, do it. And then me leaving is very different from me stepping up and telling you, I gave you a profitable strategy, but now you have to apply it. And every time you deviate from it, I like slap you back into it. I'm like, no, get back to it. So
Yeah.
there's a difference with the mindset things, and because people don't know how to act. Like when you feel something, when you feel like you are, let's say, suffering when it comes to trading, you don't know how to react to it because you haven't felt it before, and you start asking yourself, do all traders feel this? Like, or am I doing something wrong? And for the first glance, you might say, no, I don't. I'm pretty sure that professional traders don't feel this, so I'm doing something wrong. And you think you'll fix this feeling by changing the way that you trade. And this is what I try to always come to you and tell you, listen, you feel like this is totally normal. I also feel like this. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't stop. And if you see the history of us, you'll see that it always works. Like whenever I come to you and I know that you feel this way, I feel this way also. Continue like that, then your account turns from like minus something to plus 6-7% because you just kept
Yeah.
doing what you're doing. And that's it usually, brother, and that's what the mentorship is usually for. Like my strategy, I can write it in a PDF, and you could like
Yeah.
pay me and I'll send it to you, and you know that it can be put in a PDF. Like it's very specific, so I can
Yeah.
just write it in a PDF and send it to you, and that's it. However, then I do
Yeah.
the
That's true.
sessions and I keep up with you and tell me about your problems and tell me this and tell me that, and I want to fix this, I want to fix that, I want to do this. Is because I know that the way to profitability isn't just some mathematical technical information. It's also emotional, and I try to, as you said, like keep repeating it like 5 times, 6 times. Every time I call you, I tell you, I feel like that as well. So keep going, and I really hope it's actually, I can see that from technical results it's helping you. However, I really hope that it's also like helping you in your life as well.
For sure. For sure.
Now, brother, let's go to the technical stuff. Let me open your trading history. Well, what's good is that your USD trade is now going into like $500 into profits. So,
Wonderful.
so that's a good thing to
At
see.
least. Yeah.
And then let's talk about all the other trades that you lost today. So you traded Euro GBP.
Will you be able to share the screen?
Yes, yes, I will share the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
just
thought.
like now counting just the
Yeah.
pairs
Yeah.
that you have lost. First of all, I don't. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just like giving a small information. You're taking too many trades per day. That's it.
Okay.
This too many trades per day can result in two results. First of all, huge wins, huge losses. Because it could be your winning day and you'll make a lot of money, and it could be your losing day and you'll lose a lot of money. And if you look at your history, there's days where you like make like
But
26.8.
until this gold USD fuck up, I started the week really good.
Yeah, in 26.8, you've made 1,400, 1,800, almost $2,000. No, actually more. There's still plus 900, 2,900. And then the day before it, like 25, you made 685. So you made $3,400 in like 2 days. That 26, 25, 8. However, as I said, when you take too many trades a day, it's either huge wins or huge losses, and you have to live with that. If you want to take, I'm not saying that taking a lot of trades per day is wrong, and I'm not saying taking a lot of trades per day is right. What I'm saying is, if you can't handle the emotion of taking a big loss, you shouldn't do it. I don't do it. I'm not saying that you're weak, I'm strong, I can do it, and you can't. No, I can't do it. I can't like look at, if even if I see a setup on like 5 pairs, I can't like sit down and take the 5 setups. I choose the highest quality ones. I take two, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason I do that is because if it's my losing day, I don't want to be losing 5 trades. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of like having like 5 losses in a row. I don't like it. So I try to avoid it. However, if you're okay with it, because the advantage of it is winning all trades and making a lot of money. And now you know that you're not getting too much into drawdown. Like if I look at your drawdown from the previous month, I think maximum you went down like minus 1%, I think. Am I right?
I don't know.
How low did your account get, the maximum?
Um, this FTMO account before I switched from the other demo account,
Yeah.
I think it went one time to 98 something.
Okay, so the maximum is like minus 1 point something because you said 98
Yeah,
something. So that's
yeah,
your
yeah.
maximum drawdown, which is very good. So you can do that. And what I recommend is in the beginning of the month, avoid taking too many trades at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
because at the beginning of the month you don't want suddenly to take like a huge loss and then your account you have a huge drawdown. You don't want to do that. However, when you're in profit, let's say you're plus 3% in profits, I don't care if you do that, because even if you take a huge loss per day, for example minus 2%, you'll still up 1%. You can recover from that without your account being in drawdown. However, in the beginning of the month, if you start with, let's say, $100,000, you take a huge loss, you go into $97,000, it feels different. And trust me, you don't want to be dealing with that. I'm not saying that you can't deal with it. You can, because you have to stick to your system. And as I always say, like, just stick through it, do it, keep doing the system. Don't improvise. All the stuff that I usually say. However, it's better. Why have it when you can avoid it? Like, to
Yeah,
start like
true.
small, build the account up a little bit, and then after you build the account up, now you can take a lot of trades per day. And if you lose a big loss, for example, you're still in profits. It doesn't hurt as much,
Yeah.
because at the end of the month
No,
you'll
it's
be able to go.
man, it makes absolute sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you'll be
With
able at least to go to the banks at the end of the month and like withdraw money. So it doesn't hurt as much as saying no, I need now to get the account back to break even, because at the
yeah,
end you're still receiving a reward even if you got a huge loss, so you're still
yes,
okay
true.
with it. So
Yeah,
that would be like my advice on taking multiple trades a day versus taking like less trades.
yeah. Is
Now,
this brother approximately the same like logic regarding trading similar pairs? Because I know we've spoken about trading similar pairs.
yeah,
For example,
correlated.
if I trade three US dollar pairs on a day, it can turn out good, but it can fuck up also. So even there, you were saying like not telling me like don't do it at all, but you were saying like be careful. And then even you said, yeah, what does be careful mean? But I think it just means that you should have this in your head and then deal with the consequences accordingly. And if you can deal with the consequences in a certain kind of way, then you can do it. And if not, then just don't do it.
Yeah, it's when I say be careful and that stuff, and we spoke about it last time. Like when I told you be careful, I said, but what does be careful mean? It's very
Yeah,
subjective when I
exactly.
say it.
Yeah.
And what I mean by be careful is that it's not a technical thing. It's more of an emotional thing. Like, can you handle a big loss? If the
Yeah.
answer is yes, I can, then do it. But if the answer
Yeah.
is if I get into a minus, if I lose the $3,000 of my money, for example, it'll hurt and it'll make me act in
Yeah.
some way, then no, don't do it. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
True.
like that's exactly what I mean by be careful. Because as long as you stick to the system and you've seen it, as long as you stick to the system, you'll turn out to be
Yeah.
profitable. However, you have to know at what point do you actually break? What breaks you? And it's different per person. For example, I know people who can scalp perfectly, and you've seen my scalping skills,
Yeah.
and so you've seen that. But I don't scalp, I day trade. And you asked me
Mm.
back then, you said, if you can do this, why don't you just scalp the whole month and make the maximum
Yeah.
amount of money? And I've told you back then, it's because as a trader, scalping can break me personally.
Mm.
Because when
Mental
I'm
health. Yeah.
watching the charts all the time, when I get addicted to it, all the stuff, I start ignoring everyone I know. This is a bad spot to be in for me, and scalping gets me that addiction. So instead of trying to resolve my addiction in a way of, oh, I want to still scalp, however, I want to resolve the addiction, I've said, why am I doing this to myself? I'm not going to resolve anything. If I scalp, I get addicted to the charts. I
Yeah.
know this in myself. I'm not going to try to change myself or do something like that. Not because, well, I'm me and I don't want to change. No, every person has to change in some kind of way. But it's because it's too much work to try to change myself instead of just changing my trading style. It's
Mm.
easier to say, no, technically I can do this, so let me do this, instead of going through months of trying not to get addicted to the charts. So
Yeah.
For me, it was easier to switch into day trading and say, listen, I'll just like the way I tell you to do it, like to have a routine, analyze the charts in the morning, place your sell limits, buy limits, walk away, then check on it just during the day. And as you've said right now, you said I was at my son's football game and I just checked on my trades. So you're having this lifestyle where you can live and trade, not just like sit down and trade on your phone all the time. You're living your
Yeah.
life and you're trading at the same time. And for me, this doesn't break me. No matter how much losses I have, it doesn't break me
Mm.
because I do feel the stress and the pain. However, what can I do about it? I'm not in front of the charts. I'm at my son's football game. So I can't do
Yeah.
anything about it right now. I get the
True.
time to drive home, sit down, maybe sit down with my family, have dinner. And as I do that, I forget about the problem and now I'm not emotional about it. So I'm not going to fix it emotionally.
True.
So let's talk, as I said, technically about your trades. And let's talk about it a little bit. So, your GBP, let's go. Let me share my screen. Sit down, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Before the big fuck up. I'm just joking.
so, take a deep breath
Did you do
because.
there?
So, let's try to go live here. All right. Now, that was an example that I posted on Instagram.